After 40 years in the wilderness, the time had come for the children of Israel to enter the Promised Land. Moses commissioned Joshua, then breathed his last on the eastern mountains of the Dead Sea. With the priests and the Ark of the Covenant going before them, Joshua led the entire nation across the Jordan River and blazed a trail into this new land. But there is an archaeological phenomenon of this trail, which can only be seen from the air.
God gives the children of Israel a very interesting promise in Deuteronomy. When they enter the land, every place that they set their foot, He will give that land to them. We searched for Gilgal, and we found Gilgal where it says they camped. We find ancient archaeological remains at this site. And when you see it from above, it's even more astounding.
Well, it is really fascinating to look at the path that the children of Israel came into the land and then mysteriously find out that there's these footprints that follow that direct path.
The place where they camped, there is the shape in rocks of a footprint that the children of Israel have seemingly set up.
Look at the footprints and the children of Israel coming into the land. They come into this area and they establish the first one. It's just this hidden mystery of why a footprint.
John, we're here at the site. What's your ETA?
I'm close, guys. Stand by.
The answer that seems pretty straightforward is this is just a symbol establishing that promise. Every place your foot treads would be the land that I will give to you. So it's super fascinating.
Take this. Looking good, John. Tell us what you see. The stones are set up in the shape of an ancient sandal, about 200 meters in length. Josh, it's longer than 2 football fields. I'll shoot the other footprints and meet you guys below Mount Ibal.
All right, buddy, get your shots. We'll see you in the mountains.
To see from the air the footprints of God, if you will, leading to the place that God commanded them to go. It's just astounding.
Joshua's altar is probably one of the most significant yet untouched places. No one really knows what's going on there. Nobody visits it hardly at all. But yet it's one of these amazing locations that's one of the oldest. This is an incredible site.
This is the place God had told the children of Israel to come when they get into the land, to find Mount Gerizim and Mount Ibal, the Mount of blessing and cursing, and to reconfirm their covenant with God.
When it comes to archaeology, and especially these footprints and this altar, there's one guy. His name's Aaron Lipkin, and this is the guy. He's the guy that has just thrown himself into this topic, thrown himself into the research. Aaron's the guy to call.
This is probably the most important biblical sites in Israel, also the most important archaeological discovery. When we read the Bible, we see that the book of Deuteronomy mentions the commandment to come to this mountain and to perform a ceremony of blessings and curses twice. It mentions it twice. And the Bible doesn't do that a lot with repetition. The Bible repeats intentionally the need to come here to do a national event with all the tribes, declaring the belief in God and the importance of following His commandments. This event is an event that forms the nation. And it's an event that repeats what happened in Mount Sinai. And the question is, why is the altar of God built on the mountain of curse?
It is an amazing thing that God would establish when the children of Israel first come into the land, that there would be a mount of blessing and there would be a mount of cursing. You would think that maybe the altar to worship God would be on the mount of blessing, but it's not. It's on the mount of cursing.
The altar on Mount Ibal carries a message. And the message is, if you decided to walk in my way, in God's way, you'll receive the blessing. If you will choose not to walk in my way, you will receive the curse. But when you choose that you want to change your ways, that you want to come back to me, I'm waiting for you on the mountain of curse with my altar. My altar is a beacon. It's a watch house. It's the tool of atonement, the way back to God. And so, in many ways, you can say that this place is the first temple of the Israelites.